Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, let's go over a lot that we have to go over this morning. A lot is going on. XRP right now is up 3.15% over 59 cents to the 59.12 cent area. I'm very, very pleased about where we're at. We talked yesterday a lot about how, I actually put out I put XRP very dangerous when we talked in the live last night. Very dangerous weekend for shorts. XRP targets 61.3 cents. So as we can see, just 13 hours after I put that out, XRP is now put on over 59 cents. As I suspected and warned everybody, it was a very dangerous weekend for shorts. I thought that shorts were going to get hammered this weekend, and I really thought that that was the case because prior to this buildup, we had 2 days ago after the initial run up, we ended up having about 90% of the longs liquidated after we made that initial run up to that 58 cent mark. Then it consolidated back down to like 55, 54, and it liquidated 90 to 95% of longs. And it was a big differential. Now with what we've seen in the last 24 to 48 hours with the SEC, we've got Stuart Alderoty coming out and saying the Ripple case is over. Just the fair notice defense is still alive for others. But the SEC came out and apologized over their lies, and they said the SEC regrets any confusion it may have invited by falsely and repeatedly stating that tokens themselves are securities. This is the remarkable representation in footnote 6, and I read this yesterday, so we'll go over what Stuart Alderoty said today as well, because that is the breaking stuff. We talked about it in the live yesterday, but we're going to have to look at it a little bit deeper by what Stuart Alderoty said in the last few hours now. And now MicroStrategy as well. We talked about this last night, but we must touch base again. Goes on biggest Bitcoin buying spree since 2021, which you've seen the price of Bitcoin was going up yesterday, but now it's come right back down. XRP had a nice move, but it too is starting to come back down. I know it doesn't seem like it because of where we're at. I mean, it's not like we're coming down hard because we started to push back up here since I woke up. But XRP, we haven't really pushed down that much at all now. We reversed back around. When I first woke up, we started to pull down here. We're on another chart, it showed a bigger pull down. Now I like to see what's going on. Yeah, look at the leverage chart. Look, USDT, where you'd be leveraging, went down to 57.9 and then pulled back up. On the other charts, they came down to 58.19. So we had a little consolidation, but it immediately pulled back up. So this is great news. Great news yesterday. The last couple days, we know we've been targeting that 61 cents, but we have to get above 59.17. That was our target yesterday that we put out here. After that short-term consolidation, we looked like we're having a breakout, and it fulfilled that technical short-term move. And now if we can push past here, 61.3 cents is what we talked about at the more distant target. So let's timestamp this. A lot of information to go through. This will be a quick update. Even though it's going to last about 20 minutes, it's going to feel quick because we have to go from spot to spot to spot. So make sure that like button, so YouTube does recommend this update. Simply by hitting that like button, YouTube recommends my content, and it pops up in the news feed. So when you're scrolling through YouTube, it's in your news feed, whether you've ever seen my content or not. You can make an informed decision whether or not you want to watch this content or not. So we're going to quickly timestamp this. But before we do, I want to make sure you realize how to buy XRP. It's in the video description below and our pinned comments. But if you're new to my channel, just go to search, come into XRP Future Millionaire, click on my logo, and then where it says BITUNIX and 5 more links, click on, you got BITUNIX, HOTCOIN. If you want to copy trade me, we have a $100 to $1,000 challenge. It's up to $365. We started at 100, so we're up 265% right now. And then either BITUNIX or HOTCOIN, there's no VPN or KYC. Lowest spot leverage trading fees you will find across the world. You can trade XRP in the USA and around the world. XRP Bitcoin pairing is on HOTCOIN. BITUNIX, I encourage you to have both. BITUNIX I like a little bit more, but that's only because the leverage trading, the fees are slightly less. However, I can't copy trade on BITUNIX, so we do all of that on HOTCOIN. So make an informed decision of what you would like to do. And if you want to send a donation, there's Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal if you'd like to do it off of YouTube. Or you can send a YouTube Super Chat or join Tom's Army, which would be greatly appreciative with how we've been moving. They've been in a positive mojo, and I'd love to see more members pay it forward. So make sure to hit that like button. Let me do this quick intro. Good morning. 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, September 14th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. I talked before any of these moves came, and we talked about the unexpected rally. And this was just 2 days ago. XRP be ready for the unexpected breakout. XRP Bitcoin squeeze. And then the day before, we talked about XRP holders, XRP on the verge of huge squeeze versus Bitcoin breaks above 2018 resistance, B2 Gold, and First Majestic buys. And not only did XRP play out, but First Majestic and B2 Gold up over 21% for B2 Gold in the last 3 days. First Majestic was better than 30% since we put out that buy alert. So it's not just crypto here, it's everything. We watch everything. So let's read through this. Stuart Alderoty says, Ripple's case is over, but the fair notice defense is still alive for others. The Securities and Exchange Commission cites the 2017 DAO report as industry notice that crypto asset securities are subject to U.S. securities laws. 7 years later, the SEC apologizes to a federal judge, surely a person of at least ordinary intelligence, for the confusion it invited by using the inherently unclear term. So the SEC's DAO report in July 2017, the SEC issued the report of investigation pursuant to Section 21A of the Securities and Exchange Act of 1934, the DOA report, in which the SEC explained that certain crypto asset securities are subject to U.S. securities laws. DA reports specifically said, which we now know that's not true. So as this court noted, and as the SEC reiterates with its use of the crypto asset securities, the SEC is not referring to the crypto asset itself as the security, rather as the SEC has consistently maintained since the very first crypto asset Howey case the SEC litigated. The term is a shorthand. While helpful as a shorthand reference, security in this case is not simply the crypto asset, which is little more than alphanumeric cryptographic sequence, which was my argument in the beginning. The security in this case, what am I playing? No Man's Sky, the way that this is coming out, consists of the full set of contracts, expectations, and understanding centered on the sales and distribution of crypto asset. Nevertheless, to avoid any confusion, the pact no longer uses a shorthand term, and the SEC regrets any confusion it may have invited in this regard. MTD order at 19-20, as the court explained, the crypto asset is the subject of the investment contract. Ripple appears to argue that even if the 10 crypto assets were offered and sold as securities during the initial coin offerings, they do not remain securities into perpetuity. The SEC is not advancing this argument. The SEC's allegation with respect to the 10 crypto assets at issue in secondary markets are that their promotions and economic realities have not changed in any meaningful way under Howey, such that they continue to be offered and sold as investment contracts. So it's craziness. It's craziness. So as you can see, Stuart Alderoty is saying the Ripple case is over. So obviously we know appeal can happen, but this does certainly change things. They certainly, it's what we suspected the whole way. Was pleasantly surprised to see the news, Brad Garlinghouse, though inevitable as well. As I've said before, with XRP having regulatory clarity in the U.S. and other countries, I expect it's only a matter of time for the space to grow. And this was Brad Garlinghouse. When it came to Grayscale. And then obviously with what was everything that's going on as well with XRP regulatory issues that we've been having. David Joel Cat Schwartz, his posts have not been able to be found lately, which is interesting. Fred Rispoli, because I want to see what everybody said. Nothing by him. James K. Phelan, probably nothing because he only shares the actual court details for the most part. Johnny Deaton, maybe he said something, not sure, because he's running for Senate and all this good stuff. So he's more focused on that, which is okay. Chris Larson probably won't say anything. He's too busy supporting Kamala. All right, so yeah, so that's the big story there. Big story there, as Stuart Alderoty says, the Ripple case is over, but the fair notice defense can still be used in other cases. And then we need to read about this. I've given the forefront last night in the live, so some of you are already privy to some of this knowledge. But MicroStrategy goes on biggest Bitcoin buying spree since 2021. So software firm MicroStrategy is reportedly accumulating Bitcoin at its highest rate, and it has since 2021. According to a new report by Bloomberg, MicroStrategy purchased 18,300 Bitcoin for $1.1 billion between August 6th and September 12th, the highest amount the firm has bought since February of 2021, when it purchased 19,452 Bitcoin. The report finds that the enterprise software firm now holds about 244,800 Bitcoin worth $14 billion, or about 1% of the top crypto asset by market cap's total supply. The data also reveals that MicroStrategy bought the Bitcoin for an average cost of $38,585. MicroStrategy co-founder by former CEO and Bitcoin maxi Michael Saylor has been purchasing Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, according to the report. Earlier this year, it was reported that South Korea's National Pension Service, which managed over $764 billion in assets at the end of 2023, purchased tens of millions of dollars worth of MicroStrategy shares since June 30th, bringing its total to 245,000 shares worth $32.5 million at the time. According to Bloomberg, the firm's stock price has more than doubled in 2024, outperforming even the crypto king itself, which has seen a 40% bump in price during the same time period. Bitcoin is trading for $59,425 at the time of writing, a 1.5% increase during the last 24 hours, while MSTR is valued at $139.60 per share. So that's what's going on with MicroStrategy. They bought 18,300 Bitcoin, and now they own 244,800 Bitcoin. $14 billion worth of that market cap is by MicroStrategies. And then if we go into the Crypto Fear and Greed Index this morning, which it's been pretty staggering that it's as low as it is. Now it's shot up though. See, it's been in the 30s and it was a stellar buying opportunity. Now it's went up to 50 all of a sudden today. So it went from 32 fear yesterday, 23 extreme fear to start last week. Now it's at 50 neutral. So now it gives you cause for pause. So just pay attention, because now that it's done all of this, Bitcoin's reversed. We've come up to my technical target even from last night. We've melted back up. Now does XRP give it back? Or is this where we will have the continuation up to 61 cents? We're right up against it now, folks. So it's either we can push up to this 61.1 cents now, as we've cleared a lot of areas here. Trading view is being so slow right now. It's disturbing. But we can see we broke up over the 53.9. Over the top, we've got some targets now. Let's get into this chart, because we've got the 59.17, which was the technical target on the consolidation we talked about yesterday. Now, if we can push past, we've opened up the door to come up to that 61.19 cents. So we fulfilled the short-term consolidation. Now 61.19 cents, which is the cup and handle formation. Now there is work to be done, because once you get past the cup and handle resistance, then you got the rising channel above. But you break that cup and handle resistance, your technical target's $1.18 out of the cup and handle. And getting above the handle resistance means you're confirming a breakout. Obviously, we have to get past the rising channel, but that is what can be building here in the very short term, ladies and gentlemen. We absolutely are starting to build something spectacular. And if we can just continue to do this universally, we've got some higher targets here. So I'm very excited about where we're at. But we have to push past this resistance this weekend. We don't want to see us start falling back down. Our short-term consolidation was dead on the money yesterday. We even did it in the 30-minute time frame so we could see the actual breakdown here. We seen the breakout. We technical targeted it, and we hit it 100% on the nuts. So I'm very happy about this, and if we can continue up, now is where you push up to 61 and better. But understand we're starting to build a little bit of a channel here on the way up. And Bitcoin did the same thing on its way up, and then it ended up dropping about 800 points here. But we did create what looks like the inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin that started to push up. And to break out here, you go all the way up to 67,000 area. 67,720 approximately in current times. And then if you break back down, you could come all the way through 55,000 area. But it looks like we could be flagging here. And it looks like we're doing a nice bullish consolidation, but we'll have to find out later today as it continues on. And the only thing we can look at here in the short term, just so we can give ourselves a little bit of an advantage, is we had the uptrend, we had an uptrend. So if it wants to keep coming back and touching this uptrend, then I'm okay with that, because then we will confirm this uptrending consolidation, and that's at 58K. Now, are some people going to be happy with it coming down there? Probably not. But it created the short-term move. Now, sometimes it likes the back test. So if it holds 58K, still very bullish. If it breaks below 58K, it opens up the door to 55,282. Bounces off of 58,000, and it keeps the door open for 67,700 and likely beyond. So, but we've gone into the consolidatory front. With all the news that came out yesterday, we're going to have moments where we're going to consolidate, and it's a thinly traded weekend. Obviously, in the morning, after we've had all that nice positive movement for XRP overnight, people wake up in the USA, they get excited, but then what ends up happening most times, they end up consolidating back down, and then it does what it's meant to do later on in the day. So just pay attention to that as the morning starts. XRP Bitcoin pairings up to the 983 sat level. Had a nice reversal from right around 942, and now did we start tapping out here? I don't know. We're going to have to watch this morning. It looks like we could have a nice big W reversal right now. So as long as we can, we got a nice V-shaped recovery. Now we're going to want to start to hold it in like a shoulder fashion. So somewhere around 966 would be a nice hold to start continuation. But we have a nice V-shaped recovery. So I'm very optimistic. Like I said, after this little breakout here on the XRP Bitcoin pairing, we already hit our first technical target when we went up to that 1-0, whatever it was at. Now, our true technical target, if we don't break down the 913 and this just continues to break out, is up to 1142. So there's big opportunity out in front of us. It's just we have to make sure that the entire thing doesn't reverse on us, because then it could go all the way down to 696. So it's a big difference on the sat level. But right now, I'm positively optimistic. Positively optimistic. But know that after big rallies like this, we just have to watch. Bitcoin's down 1.31% or 790 points to 59,707. And we've talked about this. We're making sure we hold 58K. But we could reverse quicker, but at the top side if we don't have to come all the way down. 200-day, we have a pending golden cross. So would I be surprised if it comes down here? Absolutely not. So I'd be targeting for a long here with Bitcoin if you're the futures trader if 58K holds. And then for Ethereum down 0.9% or whatever, 23 bucks. Ethereum, if I was targeting and I'm like, you know what, if this continues, I could buy this because it does look like a nice inverse head and shoulders is forming. Well, in order for me to be confident and being like, oh, I'm going to buy more into this, I would probably look at it like this. Take out the wick. And be like, you know what, it did something transparently like this. Had a wick down, or you could even do this, which would probably be more efficient, because you could come to this side and start right there. So that's what I'd be looking at. So for Ethereum, if I'm looking to buy in, see if it can come back down and bounce and hold 2,340. And then if it does hold that, you know, you got a nice leverage trade. And I'm not saying, you know, it's a guaranteed trade, but if you're looking for leverage, you'd be looking for the buy zone where we talked about at 2,395, and you're looking for a move up to 2,562 approximately. So that's only about a $20 further drop here for Ethereum, but we need to see if we hold these consolidations. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you appreciate my work, make sure to hit that like button, share this on social media, and hit that subscribe button and join the over 23,500 subscribers. And make sure you go back in the past couple days and you watch what's going on so you can see what's going to happen forward. If you made it until the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments. Remember, when you're watching the charts today, when you're watching them this weekend, we're on a thinly traded weekend right now. So everything that happens, it can happen very quickly. And just because we have big moves doesn't mean that they'll sustain throughout the weekend. When Bitcoin, when Ethereum are going down and XRP is going up, it's usually an indication that eventually XRP is going to roll back around, unless there's a wider continuation in the market. In that case, XRP could continue railing against Bitcoin today, and then when the clock flips, then it'll start to consolidate, and then Bitcoin and Ethereum will pick up. Right now, it's a little, we know where we need to come down to. We know where the consolidations are, so we'll leave it at that. I'll do another update later today. Michigan plays at 12, but they play Arkansas State, so I don't expect much of a problem there. But the way we played the first 2 weeks, you never expect the unexpected. So I really appreciate everybody watching this morning update, and I'll see you guys later on today.